I strongly urge the Senate to pass this legislation and send it to the President for signature before the end of this year. It is only a matter of time before the federal courts are drawn once more into the fray, with the very real possibility that this change would be imposed immediately by judicial fiat, by far the most disruptive and damaging scenario I can imagine. Therefore, it is important that this change come via legislative means, that is, legislation informed by the review just completed. What is needed is a process that allows for a well-prepared and well-considered implementation. Given the present circumstances, those that choose not to act legislatively are rolling the dice that this policy will not be abruptly overturned by the courts. My greatest fear is what almost happened to us in October, and that is being told to implement a change of policy overnight.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Senator McCain is now arguing that this report is the wrong report and that it won't get to the bottom of how this repeal could affect unit cohesion or morale. I'm wondering if you or Admiral Mullen have any reaction to that response to the report.
Well, I think that in this respect, and I obviously have a lot of admiration and respect for Senator McCain, but in this respect, I think that he's mistaken. I think this report does provide a sound basis for making decisions on this law. It's hard for me to imagine that you could come up with a more comprehensive approach, and it's hard for me to imagine another effort taking a much different approach than this report did. One of the things that is most important to me is personal integrity, and a policy or a law that in effect requires people to lie gives me a problem. And so I think we spend a lot of time in the military talking about integrity and honor and values. Telling the truth is a pretty important value in that scale. It's a very important value. And so for me, and I thought that Admiral Mullen was eloquent on this last February, a policy that requires people to lie about themselves somehow seems to me fundamentally flawed.